would never, ever, ever be induced again. Welcome back, everyone. I know I've been gone for so long, but that's the purpose of this video. I had a baby. I am officially a boy mom, and he is so precious. But this video, I'm here to talk about my labor and delivery experience, because that's an experience. Yeah, kudos to people who have multiple children, because I don't see how they can do it. I don't know how you go through it multiple times, because one time was enough for me. So I gave birth to my son on March 31st, and his due date was originally March 23rd, but this little boy did not want to come out. He was like, no, I'm not having it. I am comfy. It is nice and warm in here. He was not trying to come out. Literally, I was doing everything to get him out. I tried walking. I probably didn't walk enough. I probably walked maybe about 2 or 3 times, but it was hot outside. I'm not about to walk every day, you know. I tried intercourse. That didn't work. Somebody suggested drinking, what's the name of the tea? The raspberry leaf tea. So I went out and got some raspberry leaf tea. Nope. First time I did drink the raspberry leaf tea, I started to feel contractions. I was like, oh, yeah, he's about to come. He's coming tonight. And I think that was Friday, like the Friday before the 23rd. So like the 21st. Yeah, my math, yeah, the 21st. And I started feeling contractions. I'm like, all right, maybe he's gonna come. Maybe tonight. Nothing. The next day, nothing. I ordered a birthing ball. I got the wrong size, so I never got a chance to use it. I think if I would have gotten the right size, maybe that would have helped him come out. Yeah, I should have known when it was only $10 that something wasn't right. Should have known. So yeah, so nothing worked for me. He was just not coming. Okay, so I went to the doctor on the 19th, and I think that was a Thursday, and I was supposed to give birth that following Sunday, which was the 22nd. I know I said the 23rd in the beginning, but his due date was actually the 22nd. So when I went to the doctor, everything was good. They did an ultrasound, and the ultrasound tech was like, he's not coming this weekend. She was like, he passed every stress test. He's happy. He's way too comfortable. He's not coming this weekend. Well, dang, like, you not even oh, it's possible. She said, nope. She was like, I guarantee you. She was like, he's going to make it all the way through. He's going to probably go past his due date. And sure enough, he went past his due date. So then my next appointment was on the 26th. And I think that was a week later. I think it was a Thursday as well. And my doctor said, okay, we're gonna schedule you to be induced this Monday. I don't want to be induced. I just want him to come naturally. Like, I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect. So now Monday morning I was scheduled to get induced, and let me say, being induced, I would never, ever, ever be induced again. The process is just way too long. Longest process ever. Oh my gosh. I got to the hospital at 1. No, actually, scratch that. My doctor's appointment was at 11:30. So I've been up since about maybe 9 o'clock. So 9 o'clock, I'm getting ready, getting all my stuff together, make sure I have my baby bag prepared, because I know, okay, he's coming today. He's going to be here today. It is the 30th, right? Yes, it was the 30th. I'm like, he's going to be here tonight. Today, at some point today, he's going to be here. We get to the doctor's office. He's doing another ultrasound. They say everything looks good. He's still, has enough fluids. He's doing fine. They was like, I'm gonna call you over now so you can walk over, and they'll set you up to labor and delivery to be induced. So we get over there. Mind you, I'm giving birth during Corona. So they told us when we first did our hospital tour, we can have up to 4 people in the room. Then maybe like a week or 2 later, it went down to 2 people. So I was like, all right, my mom and AJ. That morning, they went down to 1 person. Me and my mother were like best friends. So I just always pictured my birthing experience with my mom there, and the fact that I couldn't have her there, it hurt. I cried. I was definitely upset. But then, what can you do? It wound up going smoothly. you know, even though she wasn't there. So when we got over there, they set me up in the room. The nurse came in. This is now like around 12 o'clock. She's like, all right, the doctor be in. Put your gown on and you can just relax. We'll start the process. Da 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 da. Did a bunch of paperwork. Blase blase. 4 hours later, the doctor finally comes. It's maybe like 4:30ish now. Like 12 o'clock till 4 o'clock. We literally was just sitting in the room, just chilling, relaxing. Then once the doctor came in, he explained what the balloon catheter is. And so pretty much they put a catheter in you and they like kind of blow it up into your cervix. So that way you start to, dilate, and it opens you up for the baby, of course, to come out. Usually they keep it in for 12 hours. But in some cases, once you get to 4 to 5 centimeters dilated, it'll fall out on its own. So it just depends on you. It depends on how your body is, if it'll fall out. Hopefully. So I'm like, okay, so all I gotta get to is 4 centimeters. Okay, I'm ready at 2. Like, I'm good to go. I'm gonna get to 2 more centimeters. We are straight. They put the catheter in. I was hesitant. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gonna hurt. It did not hurt. The only part that was uncomfortable was when he put, oh my gosh, what is the thing? The spectrum, right? The little clamp when you go get a pap smear, they open you up. That part was the most uncomfortable, but actually putting the catheter in, it wasn't painful. It was uncomfortable, but not painful. I was like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be excruciating. But he was like, you did fine, you did so well. Some people, they start crying. He was like, you did amazing, blah blah blah. So I'm like, all right, cool, I got this. I gotta get through 2 centimeters. 8 hours later, no, literally 12 hours later. Now it is 4 a.m. 4 a.m. my catheter hasn't fallen out. So I'm like, oh my gosh, AJ, I'm not at 4 centimeters. I'm not at 5 centimeters. So I'm like, if I didn't get anywhere, I'm going to be devastated. I'm like, maybe it's just not working. Maybe I am at like 5 centimeters and it just didn't fall out. I don't know. So then the nurse comes and she checks me and she's like, all right, you're at 3 centimeters. 3 centimeters? I only went up 1 centimeter in that whole 12 hours. I was so upset. Mind you, during this time, I was having contractions. So you can imagine 12 hours of contractions. And now they're starting to build up because the catheter, it does start to give you contractions pretty much. I was having contractions. Didn't want the epidural. I was trying to go for a natural birth. It's like no epidural, no epidural, no epidural. Finally, they put me on Pitocin. Yes. If you're not familiar with Pitocin, it's pretty much a synthetic version of your your contractions. It starts your labor process even more, and you pretty much are having fake contractions, if that makes sense. I don't know how else to explain it. So they started me they usually go up every hour, I think. So I went up to, I think it was like 1, something with the 1 milliliter per hour, I guess is how it is. So started me at 1, it was fine. I was rocking through it. I was having my contractions. I'm like, okay. Went up 2, 3, 4, and the nurse said usually around like 6 or 7 people start to cry and beg for that epidural. So I was literally watching the machine. Every time she came back and went up, I'm like, all right, I'm at 3. I can get through this. It hurts, but I'm gonna get through it. Then I went up to 4. I'm like, all right. Then I went up to 6, and I was like, okay, here it is, Jazz. This is when you're probably gonna start really feeling it. I was still fine. Then I went up to 7. Then I went up. Actually, I think it goes up 2 every hour. So that's what it was. It goes up 2 every hour. So I started at 2. Then I went to 4. Then I went to 6. Then I went to 8. It wasn't until I got to 10 that pain, I don't even know how to describe it. It felt like someone was like crawling, like they like scratched my back. My contractions went in my back. So it literally just felt like somebody went like down my back, and like it was just going like this, like with their like just sharp nails. I can't explain the pain. That is a different type of pain, like no pain I've ever experienced. So I was like, all right, nurse, please check me. So now I'm only centimeters. People have said when you are on Pitocin, your contractions are way more painful and way stronger than if you would have had them naturally. Once I got to 10, she came back around and she said, okay, I'm going to turn you down because my contractions, they were getting closer together now. So they were like every 3 to 4 minutes, and she needed them to be every 2 to 3 minutes, but they were 3 to 4. So I'm like, Chase, come on, get it together. Go get it to 2 to 3. She turned me back down to 8. Once she turned me back down to 8, I was like, all right, I can breathe again. They still were like painful. I was like, all right, I need something. I looked at the time when she checked me. I think I was still at 3 centimeters. So at this point, I'm frustrated. I'm like, okay, I need something. I don't want to do the epidural. I really don't. I was like, what other medication can I get that's just gonna calm me down a little bit? So she's like, all right, we can give you the IV drug, and it pretty much is gonna make you really sleepy. And I was like, bet, give me the IV drug. She inserts the IV drug, so I'm laying. I'm like, I remember saying, I feel like I'm on a cloud, and then I started drifting off. Side note, I had an experience 2 years ago where when I ate weed brownies, but my weed brownies had some other, they were synthetic. So I went on a little power trip, and I was starting getting paranoid, and I started like seeing stuff. It was the worst. So that's another story. So once she gave me the IV drugs, my paranoia, is that a word? I started getting paranoid. I had no control of my body. I did not like that feeling. Like I was high. I did not like feeling it. Everything just felt like relaxed, and it just freaked me out. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Like they're trying to kill me. The nurse, she was like, you know, you can be on it. I can give you more, but it has to be every hour. I can't do it like back to back. I was like, I'm not getting any more of this. I'll just go through the pain. I'd rather suffer through contractions than deal with the highness. And so because I was getting paranoid, I didn't even get a chance to relax. Like I was supposed to sleep through my contractions. And yes, they wasn't as intense during that 1 hour, but after that, I was like, oh no. So now she comes around, she checks me. Now I'm at 5 centimeters. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is going so slow. It's like I was going through centimeters every 3 hours. Like I would go up every 3 to 4 hours. Like it just was way too slow for me. So I was like, all right, forget it. I'm getting the epidural. And I felt disappointed, and even the nurse was like, don't, because you went so long without it. She was like, I'm really surprised. And a lot of people, as soon as they get in here, they want the epidural, but she was like, you went a long time. And so she called in an anesthesiologist. They came in, explained the process, what's gonna happen, and all I kept thinking about was, Jasmine, do not move. Like don't move when they're giving it, because I was told you can get paralyzed. So I'm sitting there, I'm hugging the nurse, I'm like rubbing her hands, I'm like, I don't even know what song I was humming, but I just made up a song and I just was humming. And she held me, and she was so sweet. My nurse was really nice. So then they you know, cleaned off my back, and the epidural wasn't painful. It was more the lidocaine they gave to numb the area. That was the only part I kind of went, ooh. But it was a needle, so I'm like, all right. I was told that when you get the epidural, you don't feel nothing. You can go to sleep. You can relax. It's the best thing ever. The lies. When I got my epidural, oh, I still felt everything. I felt everything. Everything. So now I'm just on the Pitocin. Hours have gone. I'm trying to go to sleep, but I can't because, again, I still felt all my contractions. So then I lay down, and next thing I know, I felt like I had to poop. And that's one of the signs they say when you feel like you're at this bathroom, oh, it's time. So I was like, I feel like I have to use the bathroom. Like, I feel like I have to poop. And the first time I said it, my nurse kind of like, no, it's not time, you know, no. So I'm like, all right. Then maybe about 20 minutes later, I'm like, no, I have to use the bathroom, but I don't think I have to poop. And she's like, I was like, she was like, do you want me to check you? I was like, yes, can you check me? Sure enough, she checked me. The first time I said I did the bathroom, she checked me. I think I was at like 8 centimeters. So I'm like, whoo, we're making progress. The second time when I said it, I was finally at 10. She said, okay, it's time. She was like, yeah, I can see the head. I was like, so you can see the head? Oh no. Oh gosh, it's time. So now I'm like, get myself ready. I'm like kind of excited, but scared at the same time. So then she called in the doctor, and he was taking his sweet time. Like, it took him a good 30 minutes to get in. Then they had me push my legs up, get in position, so I'm like this, and they're like, all right, start pushing, start pushing. So I'm pushing, pushing, pushing. Okay, so mind you, the issue with pushing and being exhausted, I hadn't slept that whole over like 16, 17 hours. I hadn't slept. No energy. I'm dead. So trying to push, I'm like trying to push it out and nothing. I probably pushed for like a good 15 minutes. I know some people say they push longer. They push like an hour. But I could not have gone an hour. I experienced what is called the ring of fire. And if you are familiar with that, then you know that. Now that is painful. Basically, the ring of fire is when your lady areas is like burning. It feels like somebody lit a match and just down there. That's it. It's just all burning, burning, burning. So I'm just sitting there trying to push, and I'm just like thinking in my head, like, I cannot, like, how do people, I start thinking like, okay, I'm pushing wrong, because why is it taking him so long to come out? Why? And she's like, no, push, you're doing great. So I'm like, trying to push as much as possible. I'm like, this is not working. So finally I'm pushing. I find something to focus on. They're like, Jasmine, you're doing great. You just keep on. I just focus on her name badge, and I'm like just pushing. Then the next thing I know, he comes out and they place him on me, and I just cried. I just cried so much because I couldn't believe, like, wow, I did it. I did it, and this is my son. Like, this is me. Childbirth, I would say, it's an amazing, beautiful experience. It's definitely like nothing you will ever experience in life. That pain is a different type of pain, and it's worth it at the end. It's all worth it. So to summarize everything, I will never, ever, unless it's medically necessary, I do not recommend being induced. If you can wait, please wait. Just wait. If I had to choose, I think I would have not done the balloon catheter. I think I would have just went straight to Pitocin and just let my body rock naturally, and try moving around through the Pitocin. I think I definitely would have walked more during my pregnancy. Definitely would have got that birthing ball. And I think that might have helped. But yes, this was my labor and delivery induced information. I will definitely be having more videos about my pregnancy. I recorded a couple things, but I don't know if I have enough content to show like my whole birthing process and my whole experience, but we'll see. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.